So, in yesterday's session, we have created one profile. Okay, we just removed the contact object access. We just given only read access and we just verified with the user, right? So we have done all those things. So, and we have seen some small basic things about licenses. Okay, in today's session, as a continuation of this, okay, the next topic will be permission set. So before explaining about the permission set, okay, I'll just explain you a simple use case. Okay, suppose say that we have user 1, user 2, and then user 3, user 4. Suppose say that we have so many number of users. Okay, so now say that we have a specific requirement. Okay, out of all these users, okay, for user 2 and then user 4, okay, for user 2 and user 4 they need some special permissions. Okay, for example, at present we have only access to contact, um, read access, right? So additionally we want to provide access, so contact, create access we need to provide. Okay, suppose say that if I want to enable contact create access, I can go to profile, right? And I can enable the create access. So if I enable create access, what will happen? So this will not be the case, right? So if I enable create access, say that these all are having system admin access. Okay, all are having not system admin. Yesterday we have created, right? Associate system admin access. Okay, so these all profiles are having the same access, associate system admin profile. Just say that just for a scenario. Um, so out of this all users, specific two users, I want to enable some additional permission. Okay, okay, just you need to make a note of it. You by using permission set, okay, you can enable additional permissions. That means you can populate, okay, you can populate extra permissions, but you cannot restrict it. Okay, you cannot restrict. Suppose say that already I have contact create access, edit access, and then even delete access. I want to remove only delete access by using permission set. If that is a case, that is not possible. By using permission set, from the basic permissions, profile is having the basic permissions. Some from the basic permissions, we can enhance the additional permissions, but you cannot able to restrict any permissions. Okay, so profile is a basic level of permission. Okay, you cannot go beyond profile. Okay, so from the profile you can do any additional things. So with this scenario it would be applicable, this kind of scenario. Already system associate system admins, they have access to contact object, but they have access till only read access, right? Now additionally for two users alone, out of 100 users, for specific two users I want to give additional permission called create permission. Okay, we'll see how to do that. For that, so here search for permission sets. Here you can see one option called permission sets. Okay, so in permission sets, here you can see these are all standard permissions. There are some standard permissions which is additionally enabled by the system. Ignore about all this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new permission set. Okay, So here you can see new button, select on new. Okay, this is consider that contact create permission. Name of the permission itself, contact create permission. Okay, the license should be little specific. Okay, this will work under Salesforce, right? As you know that other licenses, okay, cannot able to access the contact object. Only Salesforce license can able to access the contact object. So save it. So now a permission set is created in the name of contact create permission, right? So here, what is the exact permission that we need to enable? Contact is the object, right? Inside the object, we need to enable create access alone. Okay. So search for object settings. Okay. And then search for the specific object. Here you can see all the list of objects, right? So in that, you need to search for the specific option, contacts. Okay. For contacts, right now you can see there is no access. This is the basic access. Okay. What additional access you want to enable? That you need to enable it here. Click on edit. Okay. And here you can, if you click on create, right, automatically read will come because if you are have permission to create any records, once you create the records, obviously it should be visible to you, right? So the read permission also will be automatically allocated even if they don't have read permission before. Okay. So if you want tab settings, make it visible. Okay. So additionally, suppose say that they don't have option to view this field. Okay, then if you click this, they will get read access and they will get edit access. Okay, additionally, in case in FLS, if it is restricted, you remember, right? In profile, we have seen yesterday field level access. In field level access, in case if they have removed the access for this, we can enable the access here. Okay, right. So at present, I'm just enabling the create access. Okay, and I'll save it. So now the permission set is ready. Okay. So in order to test this, okay, search for users. Okay, we don't have this many users, right? We have only one user in the name of associate system admin, which is test user, right? This one. So in this user here you can see there is a option called permission set assignments. Okay, either you can click edit assignments here or directly click this. Here also you can click edit assignments, both are same. Okay, click on edit assignments and this is the permission set which you are created, right? So these are the available permission sets and these are the permission sets enabled for this specific user. For whichever the user they want to access or they want to create any contact records, for that specific user we need to enable this permission. Okay, once we enable this permission we need to click on save. Okay, so however we have tested yesterday, right, similar way we can test it. So click on login. It will take you to the logged in as test user 2 page. Okay, so there you can change this to sales and here you can see contact object, right? So now yesterday this same user can able to view all the records. Okay, in today they got new button, right? Okay, this specific profile can able to create contacts, right? Hope permission set is clear, right? This is the concept of permission set. Okay, so again, you can remember this by using permission set. You can give additional permissions, but existing permissions cannot be removed. Okay. Suppose say that you already have delete access in the profile level, but in permission set, if you remove delete access, if you assign the permission set, still the delete access will be there for the user because profile will override everything. Okay. So this is the concept of permission set. Okay, hope this is clear. And next one, we'll talk about roles. Okay, a role is a very interesting concept. Okay, and it is very helpful when we are having hierarchy in our system or in our organization. Okay, so before seeing what is the advantage of role, okay, I'll just at the end of the roles, I'll tell you what is the advantage of role. Okay, but just what is roles that we will see first. Okay, roles deals with hierarchy. Okay, in Salesforce, okay, by default they are provided some standard roles. If you want to maintain that standard roles, you can maintain. Okay, that standard role itself will talk about some hierarchy. Let explore that standard role. So go to system, log out as this user, log in again. Search for roles. Okay, here you can see one option called roles. Okay, once you click on roles, you can see the basic hierarchy given by the system. Okay, so like this, they already given some hierarchy. See, you can see president, CEOs are in the same level, directors are in the same level, but directors all reporting to CEO or president. Okay, and then sales rep, they are reporting to the directors. Okay, so this is like example hierarchy. Okay, similarly, if you click on setup, right, already there is some existing roles are there. We'll try to understand this, how it is. Okay, so this is how it will be looks like. This is the name of the brand. Okay, under name of the brand, okay, you can see add role, and then the next role is CEO. Under CEO, we have CS, CFO, COO. Okay, and then if you expand CFO, and you can see under that also there is some add roles. Okay, and here these all roles CFO, COO, and then SVP. Okay, SVP customer support, SVP HR, SVP sales and marketing, those all peoples they are reporting to CEO. Okay, so if you click this will you will come to know. Okay, so under CEO these many peoples are available. So if you expand SVP, you can see under SVP you can see CS, that is customer support international and customer support North America, right? And there is one more called installation and repair services. So under that you can still see some roles, right? How it is defined. So that we will just see a small diagram. We will try to understand. So let me take this and I will paste this standard roles here. Okay. So how exactly this is designed? First brand name is there, right? Under brand name, we have CEO, right? Like this. So CEO is actually reporting to the owner, right? The brand name is nothing but owner of the brand, whoever is there. CEO has to report to them. Under CEO, okay, under CEO you can see um, three roles, right? Not three, more than that. CFO, right? COO, and then SVP, customer support, and then SVP, HR, and then SVP, sales and marketing, right? So these are the roles is there under CEO, right? Okay. Now under SVP CS, okay, again we have some three roles, right? That is something like this, right? Okay. So as you know that these are all the standard roles given. Okay, just consider that these are the roles. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll just do some drawings and I'll continue. Okay, so this is how it is there. Okay, under this, still it is there. If you want to understand, you can understand by drawing this. Okay, now this is the existing setup. Okay, so to understand roles, first of all, what we can do is, okay, to understand role means how to create roles. Okay, so that we will do it. So what we will do first, we will create one more CEO two. Okay, yes, we have option, right? Maybe we can have two CEOs for a company, right? This is custom. Okay, and the next one, what we can do is under CEO, we will create one more role. I will create as CTO. Okay, so consider that the CTO is some testing department. Okay, under CTO, we will create one more role called ATO. ATO means it is associate testing team, something like that. Okay, so whichever I am highlighting in green color, that we are going to create it. Okay, this is the hierarchy. Okay, so first we'll complete this work. Okay, so we are going to create three roles. Hmm, how to create it? That idea also we can take it from here. So under brand name, we need to create one role. Okay, here you can see add role, right? If you want to create under brand, you need to click on this add role. Okay, this one. And under CEO, we are going to create CTO, right? Under CEO, we have add role. Okay, we need to click on this add role and we need to create this one. Okay, so once we create CTO, under CTO, we need to create ATO, right? We'll do that. First, we have this brand, add role, CEO2, okay, and then save it. And then again go back to roles. You can see, however, the CEO is there. Similarly, we have created one more CEO2. Okay, right. What is the next one? Under CEO, we have to create one CTO, right? So under CEO, we have to create CTO, which is some testing department. Okay, testing department officers who reports to CEO. Save it. Again, go back to roles. So you can see, right, under CEO, there is a CF, there is a CTO. Okay, so the third one is under CTO, we are going to create associate team. So here you can see add role and save it. Okay, setup roles under CTO, you can see ATO, right? So now exactly this setup is completed. Okay, these additional setups, whichever it is there, we have completed this. Okay, next one, what we can do is now we will create some users. Okay, and for that specific user, we can assign the roles. Okay, I'll create one user called user 3. Okay, one more user called user 4, one more user called user 5. Okay, for this users, make it in green or in other colors. Okay, for this users, I want to assign roles. Okay, so the requirement is this user is from this team. Okay, this user is from this team, and this user is from this team. Okay, so this is we are going to create three users and we are going to assign the roles to that users. Okay, now roles are ready, right? So now we'll create users and we'll assign it. Okay, and what is the role that we need to create? So that itself came as a requirement. So these users, okay, so these above users, if they are having only access to account object, that is sufficient. Okay, okay, so they need only for account access. Okay, so we if only account access, okay, then what is the license that they need? Okay, then they if they have only Salesforce platform, that is fine, right? So we'll assign this license to all the users. Actually, um, I have taken this as a requirement, but for demonstration purpose, we have only limited license, right? So with the help of that one, this scenario has been created. Okay, so go to users and here we need to create user 3, user 4, user 5. User 3 belongs to ATO, right? So click on new user. So I'll just name it as test user 3, which is nothing but user 3. Okay, test user 3 at qs.com dot test. And here you can see Salesforce platform and then standard user profile. And here you can see role, right? Click on role. Here you can see ATO, right? This is way one to assign the roles. Okay, so role is assigned here. And we'll create one more user, test user 4. Test user 4 at qs.com dot test. Okay, this time I'm not assigning any roles. I'm just saving it. Okay, so in case if you're done this, what we have to do, we need to go to roles. In case if you want to know other option, okay, um, for user 4 we need to assign CTO, right? So here you can see assign option, right? Assign. Select this assign. This is CEO, right? Select assign user 4. Okay, just assign the permission and save. I mean, assign the user to the role and save it. Okay, if you do this for that user also, we'll get the role. Here you can notice, right? This one and one more user. Test user 5 role. This should be what we have planned. CFO should be user 5, right? CFO platform standard user and save it. Okay, so it's done. So this is what we have decided, that is completed. So user is created. Okay, so far is it clear, right? So this is how we need to create user, and this is how we can assign the roles. So creating user and assigning roles are clear, right? Okay, so we need to move to the next topic in order to understand the advantage for roles. Okay, so I'm starting next topic. In next topic we can understand what is the advantage of roles. The next topic is sharing settings. Okay, and we can call it as org wide default, or we can call it as OWD. Okay, what is that? This is org wide sharing settings. Okay, so by default we have some sharing settings provided by Salesforce. Okay, we'll just explore this. So directly navigate to the sharing settings, right? So in sharing settings, here you can see all the objects are there, right? For all the objects, what is the forget about external. Okay, don't worry about this external column. For all the for all the objects, the internal access is, you can see, for some objects you can see read write, for some objects you can see control by parent, for some object you can see read write transfer, right? So these are the default access provided. Okay, forget about all those things just to understand the um, concept. Okay, now we are concentrating on account object. Okay, we'll take account object as a demo. Okay, for other object also similar activities you can perform. So by default, if you take account object, right? If you take account object, what is the default access? Public read write, right? So first of all, what is this public read write? We'll understand that one. Okay. So to understand that one, what we can do, we'll create three records. Okay. User 3 will create one account, which is called user 3 account. User 4 will create one account which is called user 4 account, and user 5 will create one account which is called user 5 account. Okay, so these are all the record names which they are going to create. Okay, So users, they are going to log in separately and they are going to create their records. Okay. First, let's start with the user 3. Okay. So go to users. So user 3 login is here. Login. This topic will take more time. Okay. We'll just break into some pieces and we'll see part by part. Okay. So first user 3 has logged in and user 3 is navigating to account object. Okay. And they have access to accounts. So they can click on new account. They are creating one account called user 3 account. Okay. And save. See, user 3 can able to see their own account, whichever they created. Along with that, they can see all other accounts, right? So because of OWD, this access is in public read write. Public means anyone can able to access. Read write means anyone can able to read, anyone can able to modify it. Okay. So that is called read write access. Okay. So that is why user 3 can able to see their own record, also other records. Okay. Owner is totally different for this other record, right? Owner is me. Even my records also can able to see, other records also can able to see, right? Now log out. Okay, now user 4 is trying to log in and user 4 is going to create one account record. Okay, so what is the status of user 4, that we will check. So go to users, log in as test 4, I mean test user 4, and search for the account object and create one new record called user 4 account. Save it and view all records. Okay, so user 4 can able to see user 4 account, even user 3 account, even other accounts. Okay, so similar case for even user 5, right? We'll create user 5 account also. Okay, so now user 5 also can able to see all everyone's account, right? So everyone is having access to everyone's account. Okay, in real time this will not be the case. Okay, in real time most of the time this account object will be in private, because if you take a organization, there are different sales team will be working on different set of accounts. Okay, they will not expose their one department records to another department records in order to avoid some like to just to make some easy automations. We will make this object as private. Okay, so the first thing is we'll navigate to OWD. Okay, and I think I'm logged in as user 4 or sharing settings. So what is the user that we are currently logged in? Okay, we logged in as user 5. That's why we couldn't able to do any changes. I told you, right? Only system admin will be having all access. So here there is some options to change this, but we are not getting this option because still we are in user 5. I logged in as a admin. Okay, now I'll refresh this page. Now we can see one edit button here, right? So click on this edit button. Okay, concentrate on your account object. Okay, so I am just going to convert this public read write to private. Okay, so one more thing it's showing opportunity access must be private. Okay, because opportunity, okay, opportunity is having the hierarchy of account. Okay, so there are one account there should be many opportunities, they are related to each other. Okay, that's why when you set this to private, okay, so similarly that will also will set to private, even case also will be set to private. Okay, by default it both changed, right? Even case this both changed when you changed account. So click on save. Okay, so this setting has been initiated. Okay, this will take little time to reflect. Okay, now what we have done is we just made this record private. Okay, so let's log in as for demo purpose. Just log in as user 4, okay, user 5, and we'll test it out. Which because for user 5 previously can able to see all the records, right? Now we made it private. Okay, this will change to private zone. Now we made it private. Okay, now it is private, right? So now let's log in as user 5. So previously you know that user 5 can able to see all the records. So now even if you click all accounts, okay, all visibility gone. Okay, since this object access is changed to private. Okay, since we changed this to private, all are gone to private. Okay, all other access gone to private. So user 5 record, user 5, whichever the record they are creating, okay, only they can able to see their own records. Okay, so this is the case in by default. Okay, if you log in as a user 4 or user 3, will log in as a user 3 and will check other accounts are visible. So search for users, will log in as a user 3. So search for accounts. So user 3 is having access only to user 3 account. Okay, so there won't be having any access to other records. This would be the case. Okay, now next one is user 4. Okay, so this is a special case which we are going to see. Okay, we have logged in as a user 5, we are unable to see any records. We are logged in as a user 3, we are unable to see any records. Now we'll log in as a user 4 and we'll see what is visible over there. So login as user 4. Now I'll navigate to accounts. Click on all accounts. Okay, so but when you log in as a user 4, what is the scenario? You can able to see user 3 as well as user 4, both the accounts. Okay, what is the meaning for this? Why user 4 can able to see user 4 account as well as user 3 account? Okay, so this is the role will come into picture. The advantage of role will come into picture now only. Okay, so by default, if we have OWD is private, you cannot view other access, right? Other users access you cannot able to see. But role, right? Role will enable access, okay, for their own users and subordinates. Okay, so which is nothing but lower level hierarchy. Okay, so if you see here, user 3, which is nothing but ATO. Okay, ATO person, user 3 is a ATO person who is reporting to CEO. Okay, they have link. Okay, so they are reporting to CTO. They are kind of manager relationship, or they are kind of some higher level relationship, right? So higher level relationships can able to see lower level records, okay, even though if the OWD is private. Okay, so that is the advantage of role. Okay, so even, okay, maybe you can explain to your interviewers like this. Even if the access, okay, even if the OWD is private, okay, roles can automatically enable the access for their own users. Okay, by default this own user access will get. Okay, additionally it will enable access to their lower hierarchy peoples. Okay, that means they are subordinates. Okay, this is the major advantage for role. Okay, so whenever we are restricting the role, I mean whenever we are creating the role, we have to keep this point in our mind. Based on this we have to design the roles in real time. Okay, this is how roles will work. Okay, so I am done for today's session. Okay, so still there is a continuation of this session which we can continue from the next class. I'll stop the recording for now.